What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. $3 parlay here, partay in the parlay. Sitting side by side.
We are here live together, week 2, having ourselves a twosome with a parlay.
Yep. We are here in the studios that still have yet to be named. If you'd like to sponsor us, seriously, it's only $1.
It is.
That's the highest bid so far.
It is. But we are excited to let you know that this week's episode is brought to you by Mission Tortillas.
Yep.
The mission is to keep stacking the bread.
Yep. And like we always say, $3 parlay will make you millionaires $1 at a time, if that. But if you'd like to do 50 cents at a time, you can also do that as well. Whatever it is, we'll get you there. It's just going to take some time. So I guess that being said, we're kind of bearing the lead here. Let's talk about how poorly we did on this week's slate. Just kidding.
We killed it. $53.15 profit 1 week. That's our floor. I'm saying firsthand.
That was a bad one. We didn't even know what was going on with all these teams not being able to practice.
I did 60% on my pick 5. D's do not get degrees.
No.
You got 60%.
That's right.
That's not good enough.
No.
So I'm telling you, I have been spending more time looking over each and every game, college and NFL.
That's true.
Been sweating, going back and forth. I'm not content until I get that 100%.
No, you even told me that while you were driving up today, you called several players on specific teams. You might have been cursed out. And where did you get this number from?
I slid into the DMs.
Yes.
Yep. Are you healthy? Can you throw the game? I got a podcast I'm trying to get up and running. Need all the help I can get.
Now, the account that you created to catfish these professional athletes.
Yeah.
All bathing suit pictures?
All bathing suit pictures.
Yes. Okay.
I had one that I sent to a certain Browns wide receiver of just pooping.
The emoji?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you.
Not me pooping.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. That would have been really bad.
Right.
We probably would have had to end this and have a conversation about that because that'd be.
Anyways,
that'd be really interesting. Yeah. So, anyways, we killed it this week, but we're gonna do better. 600 is it's okay. I mean, that's what you see some of these professionals do, but we're better than that. So we're striving for 100% this week, and we're just gonna keep making this money grow. And what we'll say is, if you guys come next week with your own $3 parlay and throw them in the chats, we're going to look to incorporate some guests into the podcast itself.
Yep.
And even have, I think Michael is saying that there's prizes that we're going to come up with. They might be handmade prizes, but prizes nonetheless.
To be determined. We're still getting there. We're not limiting it to college football or NFL. If you want to throw in some puck lines for one of our oldest listeners, Lewis.
Yes.
He's more than welcome to throw in a puck line or two. We have
old bad habits, and you really like Russian ping pong.
Table
tennis.
Russian table tennis. Please call it by its correct name.
Yep.
Anything's welcome. Must be a 3-bet parlay, and it must be for $3.
Yeah, don't be sending us these $5 3.
Don't want to see it.
We don't want to see it. That's not the name of the show. If that were the name of the show, it would be $5 parlay.
It's that easy.
But it's not. It's $3 parlay because there's 3 bets that we make at $3. And then, as you can see here, you turn it into, $17.91 net profit and $17.44 net profit. I mean, it's
that easy.
It's printing money.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's correct.
So let's jump into it. I guess looking at the scoreboard, the number that's under my name is a little bit bigger than yours. So we'll give you the first pick this week in the pick 5, and we'll come over here. So I guess. What are you going to lead it off with? What's going to be the first one that you hit?
I'm actually really excited. We didn't go over this, whether who was going to go first or second.
Yeah.
I was hoping that I was going to go first.
Yeah.
So I could start off with the same team and nearly the same spread that I had last week. I'm going to go Buffalo Bills minus 6.0. They're at Miami. They are minus 6.0, and they are a minus 105 odd. Pretty much just going to echo the exact same thing I said last week for the Bills. I think they're a great offense. I think that they're an underrated Let me back that up. I do not think they're a great offense. I think they're a great defense, and I think they're an underrated offense. I think they can do the exact same thing against Miami that they did against the Jets last week. Take care of the ball on offense, and pretty much just dominate on defense. So I think 6 points, very easy. I know it's on the road in Miami. They got to fly south.
Do you think there's a threat of them getting COVID and that taking some key players out?
Because
it's the epicenter?
Your chances of getting COVID are low.
Okay.
But never zero.
Oh, I'm not worried about my chances. I'm worried about their chances. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, of course. Josh Allen's chances of getting COVID are low.
Okay.
With all the protocols that's going on.
Yeah.
Dr. Fibonacci's been great.
I don't know who that is.
But it's never zero. So, I do have to respect that. And, maybe that's pushing the line a little bit higher than what it should be. But 6 points for me under that touchdown mark. Lock it in. Number 1 overall draft pick seems pretty easy for me.
I mean, I agree with you. I really like that pick. I mean, we haven't seen a Bills team this hot, and I don't think it's not a coincidence that the last time they were this hot was when the Ford Bronco was also being produced as well. So, coincidence? I don't know. That's a really good pick. I like that. It looks like that line's actually moved from when I had it earlier this week. So yeah. Let's see here. I am going to go with a tried and true tale.
Okay.
I mean, I think for the last decade and a half, whenever you've watched football, everybody has this saying that you say, and it's don't count out touchdown Bill Belichick. All right. So I'm going to go with the Pats flying all the way out to Seattle. People are concerned about the wildfires that are out there and how that's going to affect the team conditions.
The air quality.
I'm sorry.
Hurt the players'
We
lungs.
all know that Bill Belichick has been putting these guys in rooms to practice with oxygen that is some would consider lethal.
Now think about this.
Okay.
Marijuana is legal in the state of Washington.
Okay.
So the players might have a chance to expose their lungs to a certain type of smoke. It's not legal in New England. The air is considered to be very clean coming off that that harbor,
That's fair.
low altitude. Do you think that the smoky air is going to play any role in
No, that's actually what I was saying. That whole bit was to say that I don't think it's going to matter.
Okay.
And that's why I'm taking Pat's money line. Not even giving them the points. Pat's money line.
Okay. Wow.
At 175 odds.
Okay.
I mean, I
Plus
think
175. So you're going with the upset here. I like it. Pick one. Upset.
1 of 1. This is my 1-1.
1 of 1.
Yep.
1 of 1. All right. When I was texting you today,
Which time?
All day. But
Yeah, okay.
I had to sit down. I had to go through my picks, really, really dig through, fine-tooth comb. Got to raise the standard. The standard is the standard.
Yo, sure.
And it was tough. NFL was tough. So I'm only going to take one more. I am going to go another one here. And I'm going to go a little bit aggressive here, but I think it's going to work out for me, and I want to hear your opinion.
Okay.
I'm going to go Philadelphia Eagles. Money line. They're only a 1-point dog, but I'm going to just take the money line at minus. It's Eagles.
Rams at Eagles.
Yes, it's Rams at Eagles. I will take the money line. Yep. And it is a minus 105 odd. And I have a few things here on why I think the Eagles money line is a good bet. One, they're getting Lane Johnson back, their best offensive lineman. Carson Wentz got sacked 8 times, I believe.
I'm surprised he's healthy.
I mean, he went down to the ground 8 times.
That was a good one.
They're going to get him back for this game.
Okay.
They should have Miles Sanders back. Kind of stabilize that Eagles offense, get them a little bit running game.
Sure.
With an offensive lineman and their best running back.
Sure.
Kind of allow Carson Wentz to stay upright. 3, it will be a 10 o'clock game for the Rams. The Rams have to travel 4 time zones over into Philadelphia. Does that matter at all? You kind of ask one of those things. Does the the quarantine and the travel is
And
that
the
gonna,
air
is that
quality
is
from-
the air
I
quality?
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, who's to say?
But
Who's
I
to
would
say?
say that it's probably the same in Philadelphia as it is in LA, if not worse in Philadelphia.
Well, yeah,
even with
I
the
mean,
fires.
Philadelphia for a different reason, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it's
yeah,
just a shithole.
that's
Yeah,
just-
but no, I'm going to take the Eagles money line. I know they were disappointing week 1. I think they have a huge bounce back week 2. They win outright, and I'm going to try to, not necessarily steal a little bit of money here because it is a minus 105, but just try to steal a little bit of points, and instead of taking the spread, just go for the money line.
Okay. No, I can understand what you're doing. I'm really glad you told me your strategy of this being the only other NFL game that you take because I think I'm on the complete other side. I thought the college slate was really tough to pick, so that helps me out a lot, and I can just go ahead and guarantee that I'm going to win all these. Looking at what I'm going to take next, knowing that you're now going to take nothing but college games, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a college game. Just trying to decide what I'm going to take.
Maybe I just have to go back.
And I hate to say this. I hate this team. I think they're one of the worst teams to ever play college football. But I'm actually going to take this University of Miami and University of Louisville.
Well.
I'm sure you did.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I've got it now, buddy.
You do.
I do.
The rules are rules. Yep.
I am taking University of Miami to cover.
Love it.
This 2.5 point.
Love it. Yep. You tapped.
I'm all over the place right now.
Had that exact same bet. That probably would have been my next pick. So I like it.
Good.
I want to hear what you want to say, and I probably have to add a few things in there because I completely agree with this. Yes, I like this pick.
Yeah, so I'm going to take this one at minus 110.
Yep.
And I think it's simple math, right? I mean, University of Miami played, and now they're playing again, and University of Louisville is now playing again for the second time as well.
That's normally how a week 2 season works. Yeah.
Well, we're actually on week 3.
Good point.
Yep. And so by the time we play University of Miami, they will have played 2 games. We will have played 1. So don't come at me with that kind of.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. What I was going to say though is actually last week in the game that Miami looked really bad in, they didn't look like the best team. Looked like they had a lot of week 1 jitters. They actually rushed for more yards in that game than every other game they've played since joining the ACC, except for one other game. That's a strong offense, and they've always got a good defense. And I think people are looking at their first week struggles last week, and they're just doubting them on this game. I think they're the better team, the better roster, better team, coming from a better city, in my opinion. I mean, I've never been to Louisville, but that's just what I hear. I think this is an easy 2.5.
Tell him Papa John sent you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't even know where he is.
No, I agree with you here. I think Miami bringing in the new quarterback, Derek King, bringing in the new offensive coordinator to go with him is just going to unlock the sky for that team.
All the sky.
Yeah, all of the sky. They're going to be one of the best teams in the ACC, I think. Obviously behind Clemson and Notre Dame, but I could really see them finishing 3rd. Louisville is also a great team. No, not in this game. In the season.
Oh, okay.
In the season.
I was gonna say that's pretty tough to do.
That would be tough to do.
If you really believe that, I'd try to see if you can get odds on that.
What do you think the odds are?
They've got to be like plus 10,000.
That's a good bet though. But no, Miami. Yeah, I could easily see them. I'm surprised you didn't take money line. I was going back and forth between the points and the money line. It's close enough where the money line you'd probably get plus odds and look to steal a little bit, but. Yeah, I like it. I
feel confident in Miami.
I had plus 2.5.
But it's also Miami.
Yeah, I had plus 2.5 written down as well. Yeah, good bet. I like it.
All right, let's switch on over to your side. What do you got?
I'm going to go, just like I said, back to NCAA. But you know what? I think I'm going to have to go to NFL again.
Just
because I can't.
Mind games.
I can't be predictable.
I knew you were
going to see. So let me cross out Miami plus 2.5. Give me and I don't know who's home and away, but it's BC versus Duke, and I believe it's. I don't know who's home or away.
Well, let's do BC at Duke.
I think that is right.
And what are you taking?
I'm going to take Boston College plus 6. I'm going to take the spread, even though I somewhat do believe that they are going to win outright. And here is why. Duke, the odds on that are minus 110. I think this number's diminished because of how good Duke did in the first half against Notre Dame. They had them within a score at halftime. Ultimately lost, but Duke did look great on defense. They looked pretty good on offense too against Notre Dame.
I mean, that's two-thirds of the game right there.
That's
special teams.
There you go. I thought you were saying halftime was 2/3 of the game. I was really curious to see where you're going with
2/3 quarters makes the whole game.
I think that was more against Notre Dame than Duke looking good. Boston College was returning 4 of its offensive linemen. They let go of their upperclassman quarterback for an underclassman, and I think that really speaks to what they think of him. I don't know much about Boston College outside of that, but I think that Duke being a little bit overrated just in terms of that Notre Dame game and Boston College returning players is going to be enough to cover this 6 points. I'd like to be able to say I'm confident enough to take Boston College outright, but again,
they're not Dukes. They're not Dukes
when
anymore.
The standard is the standard and we're looking at pure gold, I need to go for that 100%, and I'm going to take Boston College +6. I feel pretty good about it. I probably would have taken a little bit earlier.
I gotta make sure it is at 16 minutes and about 15 seconds. We got to tag Anheuser-Busch right there for that promo spot.
That's
so
right.
I really appreciate you doing that. That was good. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Man. Okay. All right. I think for my next pick, for you listeners at home that followed along with us last year during our first season, man, if there was a team that I picked every week and won a lot of money on, it's got to be my Baltimore Ravens.
I knew it.
It's my Baltimore Ravens. I mean, that's.
I had them written down. I was thinking, should I take them? Because I knew you were going to take them. I'll cross it off my list.
Look, sky is blue, water's wet.
Yeah,
I'm going to take the Ravens.
Yeah.
So I've got the Ravens at the Texans.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the over on 51.5.
Okay. I actually like that bet. What are the odds we got?
That is standard 110.
Yeah.
Right? So the way that I see this is you've got one of the 2 best offenses in the league with the best quarterback.
Well, let's just be fair. One of the 3. Let's put Green Bay in the conversation.
Of what?
Best offenses in the league.
Well, okay, but Aaron Rodgers didn't. I mean, did he lead the league in passing yards? No. Because Matt Ryan did, and that still wasn't enough. So anyways, back to my pick. I think 51.5 is a really easy line for this. I mean, it's 2 teams that build their entire team on offense. The Ravens do have a really good defense, and I think for whatever the Texans might not be able to score because of the defense, the Ravens defense will pick up for that.
Yeah, I like it. I was looking at this game as well. I actually had the Ravens covering 7 points. That was going to be my bet. 51.5 for an over-under in the NFL, that's a little bit on the low end, especially for a Ravens offense that's one of the most explosive.
I mean, they almost covered that last week by themselves.
Yeah, but my issue is the Texans offense looked so bad.
But they still scored at 28, 30 points?
Yeah, that was garbage time. I mean,
you're taking the Ravens team, which is very similar to the Chiefs.
Yeah. I felt more comfortable taking the Ravens -7. I think that for the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, Vegas isn't going to be able to figure out the Ravens offense. They're going to try to keep them around that -6, -7, -8 point, and the Ravens are going to cover it, winning by 10, winning by 12.
Sure.
Yeah, I like it. I had a feeling you were going to pick it.
Always.
51 points, it's low. It's kind of on that gray area where, if the Ravens do have an off day, then it's going to be tough to get those points, even if both defenses play well.
Right.
But, I mean, as far as that goes, definitely the over.
Yeah,
versus the under.
Of course, no.
Yeah. So give me University of Central Florida playing against Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
And that is actually UCF at Georgia Tech.
At Georgia Tech. Yep. It's going to be UCF -7.5.
Ooh.
And the odds that I have on that are -110.
Okay.
Now, I'm pretty much just going to echo exactly what I said for the reason why I like this bet. For the same thing on Duke. I think this line is really, really diminished just on how Georgia Tech did against a Florida State team. Let's be honest, Florida State looked awful. Awful. Georgia Tech did not look good either, by any means. They threw 2 interceptions. They had 3 blocked place kicks, one of them a field goal, 2 of them extra points.
Yep.
Georgia Tech is not a good team by any means. UCF is a good team.
Well, they were.
Who? UCF?
Yeah.
They were. Yeah, they were.
We don't know what they are this year.
Well, we don't know, but I think UCF is going to be able to easily cover 7.5 points. This is a bet against Georgia Tech. It has nothing to do with who their opponent is. 7.5 points for that Georgia Tech team has no right being that low.
I actually had the reverse. I had Georgia Tech covering the 7.5.
With a freshman quarterback.
With a freshman quarterback. But if you look at last year and you look at what Jeff Collins has done through recruiting and really taking, you would know this because you don't live here anymore, but there's billboards everywhere for the 404. 404. Jeff Collins has done a tremendous job turning this program around and getting recruits to come in to not play in the triple option. And I think the one thing that they were missing last year, granted, there were other positions that had to be filtered out, but it was a quarterback because all the quarterbacks they had on roster were all triple option quarterbacks. And now that they've got their guy, I think they're going to be more competitive than people thought.
Well, here's the thing: is UCF doesn't beat teams by being the better team.
We don't know what UCF is, though.
As a program, UCF beats teams by running up the board and turning your offense into a non-traditional or whatever your playbook is.
Sure.
You have to throw half of it out because you're down by 10 points and you need 2 scores and you only have a quarter left.
Sure.
And UCF is scoring either with a field goal or a touchdown on half of their drives. So
but the fall off that they had since what's his name?
Mackenzie Milton.
No, the head coach that's at Nebraska.
Scott Frost.
Since Scott Frost left, there's been such a drop.
Yeah.
I mean, last year they lost 4 or 5 games.
Well, they did win the national championship,
but that was when Scott Frost was still there. Yeah, I mean, you don't think Georgia Tech's pissed about that they won the national championship in their own hometown? They're not forgetting.
That's true. That's
for sure. Jeff Collins is not going to let them forget. But I think that'll be an interesting game. I mean, maybe I'm just riding high on taking Georgia Tech last week to cover. But I think people are looking too much at the brand name, the team name, and not at the actual heart and soul of the players. Because that's when you really get out there for 60 minutes or more if there's overtime. That's what really counts.
Is this podcast sponsored by Waffle House and ATL?
It could be.
It could be.
Hit us up.
It sounds like it.
Hit us up. All right.
Pick 4. Let's see who we got.
Pick four. All right. Man. Okay. All right.
You picking that Miami game is making me go back to the NFL. I don't have any more college football picks left. I just didn't think you were going to pick them.
I am going to take. I mean, here's the thing: is I don't know if you've read the Bible before, but there's this great parable about David versus Goliath, and I think that's what we got right here: is Bears versus Giants.
Okay.
I think Mitchell Trubisky is a terrible quarterback and is getting an appropriate assessment of his skills and abilities. But I don't know if you watch this Giants team.
You mean the team that had their number 1 overall draft pick go for 6 yards rushing?
That part I'm not even concerned about. I'm concerned about a team that at 4th and 1 on goal decided to kick a field goal and punted on the 35 or 40.
I didn't watch any of the game.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I can't believe somebody would look and say, hey, Jason Garrett would be a great offensive coordinator after almost a decade, if not a decade, of just complete mediocrity with all the money in the world.
Yep.
So not to say that I'm high on the Bears, but
they're 1-0.
I think the Giants are on par, if not in a worse position than the Browns right now.
Oh, God.
I mean,
I have nothing to say. I just want to see this pick. I have no idea where this is going.
I'm going to do Bears to cover -5.5.
That's so much faith in Mitch Trubisky.
It has nothing to do with faith in him. It is everything to do with the lack of faith in the Giants coaching staff. And that's at 110.
I don't know if the Bears can score enough points to get 5.5.
That would be a
point
touchdown.
cover.
That'd be a touchdown, and the Giants not doing anything.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
That's
totally
what I'm
plausible.
saying.
That's plausible. I could see that happening.
I could see
Mitch fumbling the ball and somebody kicking it the entire way down the field.
Okay,
and
you're
falling on top of it in
Yep.
the end zone and
you're
scoring
right.
a touchdown.
You're right.
That's completely
You're right.
plausible.
And then missing the point after, but it doesn't matter because it's 5.5.
It's 5.5. Yeah, that's right. I don't even care at that point.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
we don't need to spend a lot of time on that game.
No, we don't, and I'm glad we're not. So I am going to go back to the NFL. Sorry for lying to everybody, and I'm kind of flipping back and forth and where I want to go. But I think I'm gonna take off the brain, put it off to the side, and bring out the heart and pick with this.
Yep.
Put it back in.
You taking the Bucks?
No, I'm going to take Green Bay -6.5. They are playing the Detroit Lions. They are playing in Green Bay, so it's Detroit at Green Bay. Sorry, give me 1 second. It's -105.
Okay.
So let's see. Number one, let me just get this out of the way. Big time
Lions fan.
Green Bay fan.
Green Bay fan. Right.
Cheesehead.
I do that.
I mean, cheesehead. But no, that has nothing to do with the pick. Detroit, awful team. Injuries on defense. Matt Patricia, I'm calling it now. Matt Patricia is going to be the first head coach fired.
Adam.
I will. 2647 at Matt Patricia. Come sponsor our podcast, or I'm going to keep firing off shots.
I mean, I think you were saying earlier that you could coach better than Matt Patricia, and you would just call 4 verts all day.
That's correct. Actually, that is what I do, and I get about a 10% success rate. But when it does score, and I'm not throwing interceptions on the other 90%.
I guess hypothetical situation, like if this ends up being your actual interview for this job, because it very well might be, would you give the most important opportunity in the game, last couple seconds of the game?
Okay.
Would you put that all on a rookie running back that wasn't really known to be a pass catcher in Swift? No. Would you go for maybe like a wide receiver?
Yeah, I think
or tight end,
a wide receiver. Yeah,
maybe like a Marvin Jones.
Maybe like Marvin Jones, who's
or hell,
pretty good.
I probably might even tell Matt Stafford to call his own number.
You might have to. But
Maybe
I tell you what I
money.
wouldn't do. I tell you what I wouldn't do.
Tell me.
I wouldn't do week 1, game 1, rookie running back to win the game. Final few seconds. I wouldn't do that. That to me, exactly. It speaks to the coaching. This is supposed to be a defensive styled team. The way that they've drafted the last few years, they're horrible.
And
they're horrible, and the head coach, they're horrible. Nothing against Matt Stafford. Nothing against the offense necessarily. Above half offense, above 50% offense. But Green Bay, let me just kind of speed this up. Green Bay lit the doors on fire.
Okay.
For the barn.
Okay.
In the universe.
This is a Green Bay thing, I guess. A Milwaukee thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I would know.
You would know.
I would know.
You would know. That offense looked absolutely explosive.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams had a career game. The defense did what it needed to do. Ended up winning by 9 points. A couple of those coming in garbage time. I think Green Bay covers easily in this game, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with this being my 5th pick.
I guess the question that I have is, does Matt Patricia know that as the head coach and as a defensive-minded coach that he's not supposed to act like he's playing defense against the offense and create adversity for the team?
He might not.
I don't know.
He might not.
I know he doesn't call 4 verts every play, and he would be more successful if he did.
We can't prove that or disprove it.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see
after your interview.
We'll see.
All right, so my last game that I'm going to go with, man, I have a really bad feeling about these picks now that I've made them. And I feel like I'm just going to go full force 100% into it.
Okay.
And to your point, I'm going to go with my heart as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Panthers at the Bucks. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's not gonna
What were
happen.
you? What just to buy yourself some time and just to get the conversation going? Were you going to take the over?
I was gonna take Panthers to cover.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't think that's a bad
I don't know
one.
if you watched that Bucks team last week,
I did.
but they look like the 2013 All Stars. And
in,
I mean
in
that
2020.
correct.
Yeah,
which is the year that we're playing.
right.
And I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody on the Bucks front office knew that they were playing in 2020.
Right.
And this wasn't like some sim league that they were doing where
Correct.
they brought.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get that. What I am going to take, and you know this is really going to hurt me, right? You know how much I love this team. I'm going to take the Vikings at the Colts, and I'm going to take the Vikings to cover the 3-point spread against my Colts. Andrew Luck Colts.
This game, you could not have paid me to pick this game. This game.
Well, the good news is I don't, and we just pay other things.
Actually, we get paid.
Well, that's right because we get these right.
And that would be the
sponsor.
Yeah. Mission Tortillas.
Mission Tortillas.
Yes.
Roll up a good one.
The mission is to keep stacking the bread.
The flour. Yes, I mean, you got to look at it this way, right? This is two very underachieving teams just in the last however many years. They got all the talent in the world. They got great players on the team. You got Phillip Rivers, who has more kids than the Colts do offensive linemen, which is I think that's a very important note to make there. You got two teams that have playoff and Super Bowl aspirations, and they both got embarrassed last week.
Let's not stretch it and say Super Bowl.
I mean, they do. I mean, the Vikings have been far the last 2 years in the playoffs. They've still got pretty much the same team.
Okay.
Still got a great defense. And you look at the Colts, and like I said last week, they were Andrew Luck retiring away from being a really solid team in the AFC South. I mean, that's
right. I mean,
that's a pretty shitty. Look, playoff team, that's a pretty easy consolation. But either way, both of these teams got embarrassed. The Colts went in and lost to the Jaguars. Now, I look at the Vikings and I say they got Dalvin Cook, who is a rich man and is just going to run silly given the opportunity.
Colts have a good defense.
I
said it last week.
They have a good team.
It is I also said every defense is a top 5 defense, but I do want the record to state that I said the Colts had a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
I also said that six other teams had a top 5 defense. So
I feel like, having seen what the Vikings have done the last 2 seasons, they're not the kind of team that's going to go on a streak and lose 2 in a row. They're very much a 500 feeling team.
Yeah. Whereas
the Colts, they felt good. They went and got Phillip Rivers, but he's not the right quarterback for them.
What's the over/under on this game? Do you have it in front of you? Let's see if we can look it up, because I'm curious to see where Vegas says the points are going to come from, whether it's going to be offensive or defense. So the over/under is 48.5, which is a little bit low.
That's really low.
So that's, what would that be? About 28 to 20, 26 to 23, something like that.
I think the only other game that's that close is Bengals at Browns on Thursday Night Football.
I could see the Vikings running away with this and winning outright. I could see the Colts running away with this and winning outright. That's my only issue is
analysis.
You still don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know, high level. But you still don't know what the Vikings are. The Vikings got clobbered. That score line that they had against the Packers was not accurate for how the game went. And the Colts, like you just said, lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are you saying they cheated?
No, I'm not saying they're cheated. I just said that they scored, I think, 7 or 10 points when Green Bay was just throwing in the towel and just buying time.
Well, I don't know.
And we'll see. And you know what's going to be amazing is this pick is going to hit because we're going for a 100% success rate.
1,000%. I'm going for 1,000.
Well, okay.
I mean, 1.000.
Correct.
It's 1,000.
Let's get into our 1,000% $3 parlay.
$1,003 parlay. Brought to you by Mission Tortillas.
The mission is to keep stacking them.
Roll up the stacks. All right. So go ahead and take a look at mine. Go ahead and
Give me
pick
a
the one you
second, give me a
got.
second.
I
Let's see
know they're
here.
all really good picks, and you're gonna have a hard time picking which one you want.
See, I said that I wanted Miami plus 2.5, and now I want to stay away from this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to touch your Pats money line either. Oh man.
But think of how big that $3 parlay would be.
Oh, it'd be so big.
So
I
big.
don't like any of your picks in my parlay. Although
Wow.
I agreed with them. You know what?
I think that's my favorite part, though, is picking really bad picks. That way I know the one that's going to hit to put in my parlay and knowing that the rest are just sabotaged for you.
Give me Ravens Texans over 51.5.
Ravens, Texans, over 51.5.
Yeah.
So it's Ravens at the Texans.
Yeah.
And you take the over 51.5.
Yeah.
And the odds on that are minus 110, of course, because everything else is.
Yes. I am going to stick with my number one overall. No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Like the Ford Bronco.
Buffalo -6. Odds are minus 105. And I am locked and loaded for my wild card pick. And when I say loaded, yes, that was on purpose because I am taking a loaded money line. I am taking, and tell me what you think about this because it's going against an Atlanta school. Louisiana Lafayette, LALF.
I
Money
said that
line.
wrong. Okay.
LALF at Georgia State. Let me make sure it's at Georgia State.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Money line odds minus 850. Now, I'm not going to do too much analysis into this because one,
The numbers speak for themselves.
I have no fucking clue who's on GSU and who's on LA Lafayette. But my one strategy that I am putting into this is if I can make my $3 parlay into a 2-game parlay, I think my odds are going to be better. I'm guaranteeing to my one viewer here at the moment that this is going to hit. And if it does not hit, I will let this one viewer come up with a consequence within reason. I take that back.
It's already been said. It's already on the tape. We don't take
Shit.
that back. Yep.
Okay.
Consequence.
Well, there it is. But I need them to type in the chat that they're listening now. I'm pretty much just cutting off one of my games here. I'm really hoping that they win. Obviously, my payout's going to be pretty small compared to if I took all three against spreads.
It's not all about the size.
It's not all about the size, and that's
Yep.
what I keep
Yep.
telling
Yep.
everybody is that
Literally
is
everybody.
that I'm looking to go 2-0. That's all that matters. That's all that
streaking.
matters.
That's what this week's episode is all about, streaking.
That's it. That's correct. To quote the future Hall of Famer Bill Belichick, I'm on to week 2.
Touchdown, Bill Belichick.
I'm only worried about week 2.
Mm.
So that's where I'll leave it. Let's see what you got here. Ooh, and it looks like it's going to be a White Claw
So
$3 parlay.
It is. This is the White Claw sponsored $3 parlay, part of the podcast on $3 parlay. Just want to make sure we get that plug in there. All right. So from your pick, and I can't believe I've already forgotten it. It's the Buffalo Bills at Miami, and it's Buffalo -6,
.0. Yep.
and it's minus 110.
105.
105. Wow, that's interesting.
You'd love to see it.
Well, that makes me nervous. And I'm wondering if they're thinking about that coronavirus epidemic thing. That's the epicenter.
Remember who said it first?
I mean, okay, let's be fair. Miami is used to playing in a stadium with nobody in it.
It's true. It's true.
And the Bills, it's sold out every time.
Every time.
Every time. Do you think they have convoys of people that are driving down in buses from Buffalo to Miami to break tables outside the stadium? I'd be disappointed if they didn't.
I'd be disappointed if they didn't.
I really would.
Yep.
Let's at Bills Mafia right there at 39 minutes and 11 seconds.
WYA question mark.
Yep. Where you at?
You up?
Bring your stuff.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to take.
I'm curious who you take.
Man,
I think you're going to take the Ravens Texans just like me. I think we're going to have the exact same picks.
but I don't have the exact same picks. I'm taking Pat Seahawks. You're playing it safe, right? You're playing it safe and saying that you want to take your $3 and turn it to like $350. I'm saying I want to turn it into $1 million this week.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm taking Pats at Seahawks, Pats money line, and the odds on that are like 1,075. And my last one that I'm going to take. This one's so tough. I'm actually going to take, and I don't know if you saw this on Bovada or BetDSI, but they have the Puig team versus the NC Dinos in the Slosh Ball Champions League, and they have the Mason Saunders fan club, aka Puig, as favorites at minus 900.
Minus 900.
It's incredible.
You got to hit the Dinos.
Money line. No, money line. I'm taking it easy like you are. So while I pick, I don't know. This is tough.
It's hard. It's a hard week. It really is.
I'll tell you what it's going to be. This one's so easy. I don't know why I didn't pick this one earlier. I'm going to take the Chiefs at the Chargers. And when we talked about the overall line for some of these games, this one gave me some pause because the Chiefs are the best team to ever play football.
The overall line, the over-under?
Points.
Yeah,
I mean, for this game with the Chiefs, who are the best team in the last 100 years?
At least in the last 1 year.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, at least. Over, and that's not an O, 47.5. 47.5.
Wow.
For the whole game. That's four quarters.
You know what? I actually really like this pick. The Chargers defense, even though they're good, and I want to call them top 5 because every defense is a top 5 defense. As long as there's no Derwin. There's no Derwin.
That's what
and that does make a big difference. The Chiefs offense just looked absolutely electric. 47.5. What does Vegas know that we don't know? I mean, they were running the ball for equal yards per attempt, and it felt like they were passing.
And they've got that Clyde Edwards-Helaire kid.
Yeah, I mean that kid.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy
who just is small.
Watch him put one foot in front of the other, and it just bang.
He just goes. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and put some money where our mouth is.
All right.
I'm gonna pass it back over to you.
Perfect.
How do you wanna price this one out?
So I liked taking the Bills for my max, my $3 max. So give me a 3.0.
Okay.
My Eagles money line at 105. Let's go ahead and let's do half of my budget on these two games. Give me a 2.0.
Wow.
And then I will do a. Ooh, man, I really wish I'd taken the money line and kind of juiced my odds. Give me a 150, 150, and let me switch that. Let me take UCF for 2 and then Green Bay 150. That looks good.
All right. So it's looking at a possible $19.37.
That'll play.
That will play. And let me switch it over to mine really quick. Almost had it. Let me get back to this one. I'll do $1.50 there. I'm going to do $3 there.
I like it. I like the confidence. I like the confidence. I don't know how you bet these last two games.
I'm going to do $1.50 there. Man.
Another $1.50 and then
I'm going to do $1 there.
So you're looking at 7, so that's a $3 max.
That's a $3 right there.
I like it.
It's a pretty weak slate.
No, I don't think that's right.
It's not, because this is positive right here.
Correct.
Yep, we gotta fix that.
So that should be that should almost win you. So a 200 will win you $6. That'll win you. We'll just call it 5 for the computation. So that's in the 20s.
Well, it puts you about the same, right? That's what you had, right? Yeah, about 19.
About 19.
Yeah. We'll call it about the same. So that's good. Look at us. We didn't even plan that. It comes out about the same. That's good.
All right.
And we'll go ahead and we'll mock these up, but we got ourselves our 1,000% locks
guaranteed
for week 2. We're going streaking.
This is
the only thing that we'll be wearing when we're going streaking are Mission tortillas.
That's correct. Thank you, Mission Tortilla, for sponsoring us, and definitely wasn't a mistext centigram
while you were grocery shopping.
While I was grocery shopping.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It was a sponsored ad.
It was. So thank you to the no viewers that are still watching live. Totally understand. It's been about 45 minutes on a Wednesday night. You probably got a ton of things to do. Look forward to next week, 8 o'clock, Wednesday night, Eastern. Bring your $3 parlays to the table. We'll start with that. We'll get some good ones in there. We'll have some prizes. Play responsibly. Eat some mission tortillas. Wrap it up for your tacos. And let's go streaking.
Let's go streaking.
Let's do it. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clink. Oh, God. Oh, how many times?